Hello again. Some time ago, some months ago, before I went away on a long trip, I made some videos about pocket lamps, flashlights, torches, whatever you want to call them. This is so far an SE31 Pro. I modified this, taking out the reflector, taking out the glass lens, and then putting in a tear. I also changed the LED from a crappy SST40 to a Nietzsche 519A. I think in this case it was a 4500 Kelvin, but I sliced it a bit, and that means you take a little bit of the protective layer off, and that changes the color, makes it a bit warmer, but at the same time a little bit more pink. And the interesting point about that is that it does not appear to be as yellow in that case, but it also has interesting properties to see the road well. It looks to be a bit better than neutral. I will get back to that in some other video possibly. So that's an issue. I mentioned this in my critical video about some guy saying, yeah, the Supernova M99 Pro Dynamo is much brighter than the Philips Safelite 80. It absolutely is not. And secondly, it has a worse light quality than the neutral white version. And it's very important to be able to see what road conditions are like. It's important when it's wet, for example, when there are different types of asphalt, repaired asphalt, and it's wet, and then you can see almost no difference with cool white light and with neutral white light, and even better high CRI neutral white light. You see everything much better. But I will get to that issue of a bit more pink light later on my website. But the reason I mentioned this light is it uses 18650 batteries, and I came across some advertisements recently of these crappy 18650 batteries. There are some professional sellers selling it. This is a marketplaats, which is literally marketplace, so very similar words in English and Dutch. And these have a capacity stated to be, where was it? Where could I see it? Oh, here. No, just the first one. 6,800 milliamp hours, which is complete nonsense. They don't exist. The highest capacity at this point is about 4,000 milliamp hours. Up until a few years ago, it was about 3,500. And the ones I use are these. NCR 18650Bs and NCR 18650GA. So this is Sanyo, and it used to be Panasonic. These have about 3.3 amp hour, so 3,300 milliamp hour approximately. I solder on a little bit here, otherwise they get completely dented in, which you can see a little bit. Let's see here. It was shaped like this, and it didn't make proper contact with chargers, etc. And this prevents that, and it comes from dropping the flashlight, other things. In any case, these are fake. I sent the seller a message. He didn't respond. He knows it. He has some others sales, and usually you can realize the issue from how light the batteries are, and it's not just in fake. These are completely ridiculous. 63,000 milliamp hour. Yeah, more like 630. Usually when these types of cells are tested, they test to about 500 to 1,000. So I don't know where these are made, but perhaps some smaller cells is included in some bigger housing or something like that. They weigh very little in almost all cases, but it can also be done in proper products. I had this as well in a rechargeable work light that I bought from a store, very cheap light. I opened it up, replaced the battery for a longer runtime, and this one was a really low capacity, also I think perhaps 1,000 milliamp hours, something like that. And this was very low weight, but it had the dimensions of a standard 18650. And it also happened, for example, with this. I bought, I think, 2 of these. You could buy them for with non-rechargeable batteries and rechargeable, but now only with batterien, which is German for non-rechargeable batteries. And the rechargeable batteries with another light as well. They from Union. You could get in one were AAs, I think in this one, and in the other one were AAAs. And they were both very low capacity, really crappy rechargeable batteries and didn't hold charge long, etc. So I think that's why they no longer offer them that way. So that was probably by Union itself. But yeah, I'm not really sure. I think so. So these type of low capacity batteries are offered also in various products, but if you see them separately, don't buy them. This is a waste of time. You can barely do anything with them. You have a low runtime with your pocket lamps. Not worth it. And let me see what else. So there are professional sellers. You see them everywhere. It's been going on for ages. I saw videos 7 years old already doing these tests, but they're still being sold. These nonsense capacity batteries, which are just fake. And not just fake, the worst thing is you don't even get a reasonable capacity, you get a crap capacity. That's always the case. From all the tests I've seen, all such batteries always get something like 500 to 1000 milliamp hours, which is very low. A low battery, a low capacity 18650 these days is considered 2500. And a good one, like 3000 plus. There are a few actually that are more than 3500 these days from Vapcell. And I don't know what's going on, but I saw a comment with a video about these fake capacities that mentions that from 7 years ago was this comment that so 7-year-old video, 7-year-old comments, and the comment said that Panasonic was already testing with some edition that made it 4000 milliamp hour, and I've never seen these from Panasonic or Sanyo, but I guess that is what happened. And what Vapcell is not, I think not really itself a battery researcher and manufacturer, so they almost certainly use the knowledge from probably Panasonic. And yeah, maybe that needed some bit of work still, but we do have these 4000 milliamp hour batteries, so they have been tested independently as having, it varies a bit, sometimes 3800 in that region, sometimes 4100. So, but they seem to be fairly high capacity, but absolutely nothing like this. This is all nonsense. If you see them, don't buy them. So I sent this guy a message. He didn't reply. I sent a professional seller on this site also a message, and they replied, but thanking me for the information. I said that it was these capacities it was on that cell 9900 milliamp hours doesn't exist. That's complete nonsense. And I said, so I mentioned that, and they said thanking me for the information, but they didn't remove the ad. If you want to buy good cells, go to a reliable source in the Netherlands, but also for the EU and the rest of the world, ncon.nl. You can have a look on here, Budget Light Forum. There are lists with recommended sellers and sources of batteries. Okay, that's it for now. Bye.